Okay, now, good morning. This is a disclaimer, and it's because of the numerous requests I've been getting to produce a video like this. So it was done in a hurry, and there has been very little uh, editing of it. So you would find there are pieces between the narrative that normally I would have cut off, but and there are a lot of and and so on. So please bear with it. There's a lot of useful information for your exam, and it's coming up. Next, over the last weekend, CXC announced the CXC topics for the Unit 1 paper. Right now, they are probably spread throughout the Caribbean. This In this video, I will give you a detailed breakdown of each topic as it relates to the syllabus and to the structure of the exam paper. So let's get right into it. Okay, what you have here on your screen is the topics. This On this side we have the paper 2, and here we have the paper 3 to the 2. This is the alternative to the SBA. Students in school do not write this paper. So we'll be focusing on the paper 2 here, right? Now the first four topics here is comes from module 1. Okay, I'm not sure where this corporation is fitting, but corporations is a module 2 topic. Okay, so 5, 6, and 7, module 2, and 7, 8, 9, and 10, we're looking at module 3. Now, module 3 can also, this topic, inflation and accounting, can also come in module 2. It's one of those topics that overlap because it has to do with the preparation of this module here has to do with the preparation of financial statements, and this one has to do with the analysis of the financial statements. So um, they kind of overlap, and this one could be in either one of them. I would want to think that it's in module 3 this year. Okay, let's move on. We'll go through each one of these topics here and see what they have in it in the syllabus and how you normally test them in your exams. In the nature and scope of financial accounting. This you can find this in any textbook, first chapter. Okay, so the development of accounting would be talking about the historical development as well, and we focus usually in the keep exams with the Caribbean development in the Caribbean, various accounting bodies and the standards and the Companies Act and so on. Okay, so you could find that in any one of the key manuals, but I doubt you'd find it in a international textbook. Okay, the significance and limitations of accounting information. This you could get as part of the conceptual framework, and there's a good deal of it you would find in the American textbook, those by Wigan and Cecil, that is recommended in your syllabus. Users of accounting information and their needs. Okay, this you will get again from the conceptual framework. There are the primary users and the secondary users and what their needs are. Okay, the accounting cycle here, you're looking at the 9-step accounting cycle, not the 6-step or 7-step that you would have done at the CSEC level. Okay, so that would take care of the nature and scope of the financial accounting. And this here can also be contrasted in the with the Unit 2, the cost and management accounting. Okay, so you can look out for those type of questions here. The fact that you have 4 topics in the first module means that you may have one question with 4 sections. Okay, so this here may make up one of these sections. Okay, let's move on to the second, the accounting methods. The second topic, the 2 accounting methods that we have to look at is the accrual basis of accounting and the cash basis of accounting. The normal thing they ask for here is to contrast these two. Okay. Now the main difference focus upon about when you actually recognize and record the revenue and the expenses in these systems. Okay, or these methods, and you should be acquainted with that, and also arm yourself with a couple of examples. Okay, if you look at my answers, you could probably find a few examples there on accrual basis. And then we have recording financial information. Okay, this topic actually, the recording, the recording really is of the calculations for these items that you have here, and the you have to use the double entry system, but you're not going to be using T accounts, and you can't use the books of original entry. Also, the main focus is be on the journal entries. You have to do the calculations for these items here, and prepare journal entries first. If you can, once you can do that, you score very high marks in these areas. But on the capital and reserves section, you will have the issuing of shares. This is something that you can learn and go into your exams and get full marks. Similarly with the redemption of shares, because the redemption of the shares is going to be at par, right? And you don't have to go into the creation of reserve, capital reserves, and so on. So here, then we have capital reserves. Capital reserve are distinguished from revenue reserve. Capital reserves arise from the issue and redemption of shares. Okay, the trading in shares, you get things like share premium and capital redemption reserves, but we are not doing any issue at par, so the only one you should see showing up here is your share premium. The revenue reserves, those that uh, the firm makes through trading in their goods and services, they are appropriated from the income statement, right? So that those are the revenue reserves, that is things like retained earnings, general reserves, and so on from the revenue reserves. Issue and redemption of long-term liabilities, this is dealing with bonds and debentures, okay, and it's done at par only, so you would not have any big issues there. Short-term and long-term investments, purchase and sale of it. Again, you don't have any discounts and any premiums. So normally you will either sell them at a loss and from how you buy them. And you can find examples of these. I did 6 years of Module 1 past papers, and you can get examples of all of these with the journal entries for them in my videos on the channel. Okay, the next topic is the technology and financial accounting. Section 7 in the first module, and it deals with the theoretical assessment of manual versus computerized accounting, where students need to be able to tell the difference between or manual and computerized accounting in terms of things like efficiency and accuracy and handling of bulk work and things like that. Okay, the internal controls that are necessary in an EDP department. You can get a lot of information on this on the books that are specially written for keep, because you understand that in the Caribbean, this is still a big area where firms are now converting to EDP, right? And some of them will not convert to EDP because it is not economically feasible for them, right? So basically, that's the thrust of this area here. You wouldn't get anything much on international textbook here, or even if you Google it, the type of information you'd get would be more relating to this century than the last century. So we're going to move into module 2 now, and that could be 5, 6, 7, and perhaps 8, right? So let's take a look at the forms of business organization. The forms of business organization, and we have 5 of them here. What you need to know about these is the inherent advantage of having each one of these, and then you also need to know the advantages that it would have over the others. Okay, you must be able to compare them and tell what are the different advantages. A couple of my videos will have areas on that have already been answered, and they are there. You can take a look at it again. Then the advantages and disadvantages of various business organizations. They can ask you them single by themselves. And we have a section on corporations where we deal with corporation by itself. We deal with private corporation, public corporation, statutory, state chartered. Okay? Accounting for changes in partnership. We have 3 areas here: admission, retirement, and dissolution. Those are what cause changes in the partnership. The admission you're going to do at CAPE level does not, is very different from what you did at CSEC. Okay? What you will have to do is look at the purchase of a partnership share by an outsider to get in. He could buy part of one of the partner's share, or there are the 2 methods of doing that: the goodwill methods and the bonus methods, right? So you'll have to look at those things rather than the simple way in which we did it for CSEC. Now you can also have that simple way that you did it for CSEC because all that is part of partnership as well. So what you did at CSEC is also um, examinable at KEEP, right? Bear that in mind. Dissolution and including the insolvent partner. What to do when you have an insolvent partner? Ghana versus Mori rule. Incorporation of an unincorporated business. You can do that through two ways. You can purchase an unincorporated business, or you can convert an unincorporated business to incorporated business. In the first place here, what you do is you form a company that will buy the unincorporated business. The two types of unincorporated business that you normally buy are sole trader and partnerships. Okay, so that here on you can convert either one of them into private companies or public companies. So we're going to look at module 3 here now. These three here: inflation accounting, contingencies, and events after the end of the reporting period, preparation of statements of cash flow. The inflation and accounting, we're going to look at the impact of inflation on asset values in financial statements prepared under the historical cost basis. Right? You should think about this. You can find it in any of your Cape manuals and any textbook that you have. The impact of inflation on asset value. If you cannot get access to a textbook, there's good old Google that has a lot of information on these here. A lot of articles are posted online on this type of thing here. So the alternatives to historical cost accounting, you are not expected to do any calculations here, but these are two alternatives, two systems of accounting that does not use historical cost but current costs here and what's called fair value, right? You have to be able to tell in prose how these two functions briefly. Okay, you don't need to go into a big set of details here, right? And of course, this you can get in any textbook. The contingencies and events after the end of the reporting period. This is sometimes called the post-balance sheet events. And those are events here is a reference to transactions, right, that happen during the period when your year end, when you close off your accounts and you start preparing accounts to be audited from that until when the audited financial statements are released or issued and they are being signed by the board of directors and all the necessary people. Okay, so it's referring to events that fall within that period, and that those are governed by the IFRS for SMEs, Section 21 and Section 32. I did a bit on this in one of my videos, and I think there's also one of the videos coming up that would have this in it. Right? Another source of information on that is the International Accounting Standard 37 and International Accounting Standard 10. Now, if you don't have a book with these dealt with, You can simply go to Google and write in this and that and a .pdf. You're looking for the PDF file, and it will download it for you, and you can get all your information that you need on this summarized in summary form. Okay, so this is what we have to look at for published financial statements, right? How you present things in the financial statement. Preparation of statements of cash flow, the indirect method only. Incidentally, there are two methods, so don't get mixed up if you haven't done the topic yet and you go into your book. Some books show you both methods. The CAPE books would only show you the indirect method, and that is again governed by the IFRS for SMEs, Section 7, and the source of it is IAS 7 Statement of Cash Flows. Right now, I did a, a cash flow statement as part of the past papers. So one of those years, 15 to 20, and um, I have a next video coming up on how to work it, how to do it. In fact, giving some explanations on it because this is an area where students tend to get a bit of problem. Okay, so look out for it coming up, and this could carry about 20 marks in your um, exam, and you can, in fact, get the full marks for it. Okay, so that will bring us to the end of this presentation. Because of the clamor for it for this video, um, I will not be doing very much editing on it because people seem to be in a hurry for it. I have put up the other two, and so you would find that there are other pieces and ears and arms in it. Okay, so I hope you find this video helpful, and see you in the next video.